Okay. Where are you going to go? So,
We are looking at today. We're going to have a little look at the Stronghold because we've got a couple of ideas about these Stronghold transforms. So I'm here with Smeg. Hi, Smeg.
hello. Tis
Hello.
me.
Did you? Goody, goody, goody. What time is it where you are?
Oh God. It's nearly 9 p.m.
Oh, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Yeah, you got to understand that sometimes when Smeg's talking to us, it's stupid o'clock where he is. Okay, so Smeg, I've gone into the Stronghold. Okay,
Yeah.
and I think we're going to look at the silver transform. Yeah. So what I thought I'd do first is just show what some people. I know some people are doing this. Okay. Ooh, let's just change that a little bit. So I know some people are doing for a transform. They go into the transform. They scoot it all the way across, and then they do the little shuffle to whatever time they want it set for. But there's okay. So and then you can do plus and minus to try and get it to whatever you want for the number of weeks. Now, the bit that's really funny is once you've done that, getting it to the number of weeks can be a little bit fiddly. Um, but if, for example, you wanted to do a full transform of silver, it's 21,028 Thoriars, and you wanted to use 9 weeks, yeah, or you wanted to use 8 weeks, 6 days because it's easier to boost that way. What you're also interested in is this: how much silver is it costing you per Thoria? And that's the most important bit to show you whether you're using two. It depends how much silver you've got. We're quite silver rich at the moment, but even so, looking at that 1 million, it's difficult to keep that amount in your head. 1,225,000, no, 1,225,393,561 bits of silver. But this bit is a constant and it's smaller, and that's 58,274 for one silver. Now, to me, that's too expensive. So then you go fiddling around trying to bring it down to something like 35,000 or something. So you have to make it a longer time. So it gets more expensive on boosts. And again, it's very fiddly at that level to get it down and keep having to do that. Oh, and then it's jumped a load. So there's an easier way to do it. Anyhow, I'm going to screen share so you can see what I do. Smeg. Okay, so let me just go to
Oh, hang on.
screen one. I'm going
Yeah.
live. Okay, let me know when you can see my screen. And let me make
I'm
sure I
just.
don't actually transform that lot. Okay, so
Yeah. I'm
can you
watching.
can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So what I do, and I think you do it slightly differently. I go 2,100 because it's just enter a two, yeah, and then I go to 6 days 23 hours. You can see it's quite. Now I do that 6 days 23 hours when I'm boosting. Okay, because it's easier if it's just 6 days 23 than if it's 7 days. Because 7 days is always 7 days and 15 minutes or 7 days and 10 minutes. It's Plari time. So I find it's easier if it's like an hour, a little bit of an hour less. And then when I boost, it's just 7 days. Okay, I might lose out on a few minutes on that 23-hour one, but it's just 7 1 day boosts. Much easier to do that very quickly than fiddling around then doing 15 minutes, 10 minutes, five, and there isn't even a 10 minutes, 1 minute, 10 times, that kind of thing. So that's what I do. Then, when I've got it to that, and you can see we've got our CVC time reduction, which is good. You always have to take that into account if you're doing this on a clicker, by the way. You must be aware, did we win CVC or not? Because this will change and that will change. That's a reasonable amount of silver, 28,000 for one. And then you just do that, scoot up. Okay, now this is the problem I have. When I do it that way, I end up with 19 weeks, 4 days, which is not what I want. So then if I want it to be a little bit more expensive on the silver and a little bit less expensive, oh, hang on, 19 weeks there, Then I just do that. And if it's 18 weeks, 6 days, same thing, 29,237. Okay, now that's when I
Yeah.
bring my clicker in. Okay, I do this on a clicker mostly. If we're doing it for the end of competition, that big rush at the end, I do this on a clicker. So I automate it to do the to do this. Then I take this back down because it's always, I have to calculate it each time. Okay, I take it back down to the 2100. Okay, which shows me it's 6 days, 18 hours. Okay, so when I set up my clicker, I'll just show you. I set it up. Oh, I do that in numbers here, not here, because the slider's always that little bit. Oh, up, down, up, down, up, down, back, forwards. And then I do that here. Set up the, what was it, 6 days, 8 hours, wasn't it? I can't remember. Was it 6 days, 8 hours, or 6 days, 18 hours? Oh, God. And then do that. Okay, 17 weeks, 6 days, yeah. So that would do. And that's when I use the transform button. We're not going to do that now. And if you can see, it's 30,000. Well, that's, I always say, between 29, 35,000 per thoria is a reasonable amount. And that's 649,881,945 bits of silver to make 21,028 thorias. But that's, to me, an easy way of doing it. And instead of doing it by days, I do it by 18 weeks. Okay, so 17 weeks, 6 days. And that 6 days will be something like 6 days, 23 hours, or 6 days, 22 hours. So you're losing an hour, but you're gaining on speed of transformation and being able to automate it simply. Okay, so that's what I do. Is that similar to what you do?
Pretty similar. Except the only difference is I only do it at 2,000 lots to 1 week. So for every
Okay.
2,000, it's 1 week. I
Okay.
always put in 1 week. I end up with about 45 minutes afterwards and this is with that my other clan.
Yeah.
Um, uh, this is what I have been doing for the last couple of weeks, and it seems to work.
Okay.
Um,
So I've just
I've
set it
actually
up.
saved.
I've just set
Yeah,
it up here. Is that, if you look at my screen, is that roughly what you do?
yeah,
Okay, so you got
yep.
a
That's pretty much it.
28,000.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah,
This
the
might be
numbers
off.
on that is
This,
about the same as
okay.
what. Now mine's a little bit higher because the stronghold development
Yeah,
isn't
I was going to
as
say
far as.
that this bit will always depend on how
Yeah.
far your stronghold's
Now,
developed on the economic knowledge.
now to give everybody an idea of the cost difference, which is a bit more of my forte with clans, is being able to do things like a business and make it work efficiently. Now, if you run it up to 20,000,
Now, 20,000, literally
yeah,
exactly
this is what I
20,000.
do.
Okay,
Yeah,
so a little bit more fiddly on the. It's doable on an auto
yeah,
clicker, but you'd have to have the number, an auto clicker that allows you to input numbers. So there's the 20,000. Yep, got it.
I do it all by hand at the moment. Not worth doing it any other way at this point in stage. Now, if you take that bottom bar,
Uh huh.
and I will show, this is what I noticed. Do it in that ratio. So 2,000 will be 10 weeks. See if you can drop it to 10 weeks.
Drop it.
Yep, 10 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Oh,
this is the thing I noticed. Okay.
okay.
Oh, see, it's you're on a computer. Mine can actually drop in hours from there
Oh, okay.
with the mobile. So it's a little different. Now, if you look at just how much it costs,
Uh huh.
okay, there's an exponential increase. This is what I've noticed. As you increase that and follow the same ratio,
Yeah.
the the cost is exponential. So what I've figured out is um, between events, like at the end of an event of CVC, only do 2,000s because it's far more efficient and cheap. Now,
Okay.
this is what I've been doing. You do it only 2,000, and especially in the first, uh, say 36 hours. When you get to the last hour, you know how the
Yeah.
system works. The update doesn't happen all that hour.
Yeah.
So what I do is through the whole event, I only do 2,000 lots. I
Right.
never do 20,000 because it starts to get way too expensive. You lose too much resources. So 2,000 with 1 week throughout the whole event until you get to that last hour,
Yeah.
which is one of the tactics we have figured. And I have now basically won 3 CVCs in a row with this tactic, and the other clan has not had a chance.
So when you
Um,
say 2000, the whole of CVC, that's you doing it, or the clan doing it, or an auto clicker doing it?
there's no, it's two of us in the clan at the moment. I'm teaching the other person some of the tactics that we're using.
Right. Okay.
Uh, yeah. So what I've decided was a reasonable tactic was to do it the cheap way first, because if you start doing 20,000 all the time,
Yeah.
a the you know if you do it your way with the multi like was it 17 weeks,
Yeah.
um, it's going to become very expensive
Mm.
with at least the time boosts.
Yeah.
So what we do is we'll run 2,000 lots uh, at 1 week
Yeah.
for the most of the CVC. When we get to the last hour, wait for that little update to happen for the points, and
Yeah.
then we'll run through uh, as many 20,000 lots as we need.
And
Yes,
how many?
it
Oh,
does become expensive still,
damn.
but
Flipped that.
it means a quick, a very quick jump in points,
Yeah,
which
that's my
depending on
question.
your opposition, hey,
That's my question. So you're doing 2000 for a week, which is 28,096 roughly per
mm,
Thoria. Yeah. So you're doing
yeah,
that all the way through CVC just to keep topping up your stronghold um,
yeah,
points, the bottom
yeah,
category, and then in the last
yeah.
hour you do you scoot along
So,
to oh no you do
yeah,
it 20,000, don't you, you said. So you do
yeah,
20,000. That's the bit that's confused me. I'm easily confused. But then you take this bottom bar to 10 weeks, yeah,
yeah.
and you basically
It does,
go gosh, look at that. Okay, so you take that to 10 weeks and you basically go, okay, we're going to use that much silver, but we're only going to
yeah,
do it for an hour and we're going to save like 9 weeks of boosts.
yep. Because the
Okay.
boosts do not come cheap.
No, I know. So that kind of sounds like a good strategy to me. Um, when you. So is your whole clan feeding silver into the stronghold?
We use the winnings to feed the
Okay.
stronghold. The Even though it's only a level 3 stronghold, we have always worked with the economy first to get,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
the
that's a
best.
no-brainer. I
Yeah,
can't believe that
which
people
is,
go for the military first. They are killing their clan with the expense of the boosts to get those done. Do always do economic
yeah,
first. Yeah, defo,
yeah,
defo. Okay, that's
yeah,
interesting. That's interesting. It's slightly different to what I do. Similar but different in that I am probably asking people to spend 9 weeks more boosts. I mean, luckily we won CBC this time. Although already I've had some requests for silver for troop training, which is fine. That's what it's there for. But we did get a nice dump of resources this one because we all went a bit crazy on the for some reason on the knowledge.
yeah,
And we had a good siege as well. So we got up to the top end of our CVC winnings. So that will be going into the stronghold once everybody's got their training silver,
yeah.
and we'll give this a go next week, and I'll see if I can get my
Yeah,
clicker, because I'm not like you. I can't sit there and do all that because I'm doing other stuff as well. So I'll see if I can get the Banks clicker to work on that, because that would save boosts. You're right, and if you've got the silver, it makes sense to save the boosts.
yeah,
Okay, cool. I get
yeah,
I get what you're doing now. I get what you're
yeah,
doing now. So
yeah. So to do it the other way, the cost is, it rises exponentially to do it through the
yeah,
rest of CVC.
mm,
Either way, whether it's silver or time boosts, um, it yeah, it costs exponentially, and that's not a good thing if you are limited in, like resources and time boosts. Although
yeah.
now having the seasons store there, it does make it easier to get uh,
A
seven
few
day
boosts in. Yeah,
boosts for the
yeah,
stronghold, which
yeah.
does help.
I mean, if you've got smaller players who are willing to spend their runic coins on that, it's good. If you want to be a fighter later, you probably should be spending your runic coins on town skins though. But then developing
Yes.
the town skins
Um,
might be beyond some people as well. So then they can just use their runic coins for the for things like that for the clan. But yeah, that's it's. I love the. Don't get me wrong. I love the seasonal store. I think it's been a real bonus for free to play players, which Plarium should be praised for. However, the development of some of the stuff and what you need to do to get those runic coins is a little crazy sometimes.
just a
Yeah.
little.
Okay. Just a little, a tad, a smidgen. You
Yeah.
know I'm British. Come on. Bloody massive.
So basically, this is the basic tactic, but there are variations on this theme depending on what your opponent is up to during the
Mhm.
whole thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
Of
use
course.
it to confuse them. You can use it to keep up with them first. Again, it just depends on what your opponent's tactics are going to be. But
Yeah.
this gives you a basic idea of how you can do things.
Well, I know that in Your Other Kingdom and Your Other Clan that you've got smaller players. To me, the bigger players shouldn't be doing transforms. The smaller players should, because their ability to score in other ways is slightly limited. So your bigger players who've got lots of energy for the hero or the shaman, and can go hitting ghosts, etc., or can run siege. I know you've not got siege yet, but in the future they should be.
Mhm.
And whilst you're doing that, or the bigger fighters are doing that, the smaller players should be there going, "I'll take iron, I'll take wood, I'll take silver." Silver's always the best one, of course, for points, but wood, iron, and stone, they're not too bad either. And if you've got four people, food, rubbish points, you only do it when you need it. But if you've got four people doing those transforms in the last hour, you can really smash it. You really can. But they take one each and they do it this way. They should know what they're doing, and they should have the boosts, of course. But yeah, I think you could really smash it on this. Totally.
Well, there's
Yeah.
there's another thing you can do. So, like if you've only got two people doing this, like um, I have with the other clan, we split the load. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit quicker than the other person, so I will usually take three of the resources and transform them myself, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll take the other.
The other resource.
Um,
Yeah.
Again, there's other stuff you can do in regards to that, which I've now realized is a tactic, and I'm hesitant to say it because it's one of my little tricks.
Oh, then don't share it. No, no, keep your secret sauce. Keep your secret sauce. But this is something everybody should be doing, I think, especially the rather than going straight up to the top thing, do it that way and then do that, whichever way you want. Look at that. Decide what you want to spend. Let the clan know how to do it. It's a lot easier than the old way, because the old way it was just a nightmare to try and tweak this bit here. You just couldn't do it. It was either up here or it was down there. It was never in between. So again, that's
No,
that's a change they've made. That's good. What they've completely balked is the points you get for doing this. The points used to
Yeah,
get for doing this were huge, and now it's much less. But even so, everybody's in the same boat. So, it's just a case of
yeah.
the rewards being
Well,
reduced, the points being made tougher, the checkpoints being made tougher. It's all made it a bit tougher. But I guess if everybody's in the same boat, we still want the win. We still want the beastie. So it's good to know.
yeah.
Cool. Coolio.
The other thing you need to be aware of that I'm not sure if most people know this, there is a difference between how it plays on mobile compared to how it plays on a PC.
Oh, yeah.
With the mobile I use, I can actually, the way it used to be with just 2000 and then doing your time to 1 week, I can actually just sort of roll my finger and get it within a couple of hours of 1 week.
Okay. And how
Um,
how
yeah.
how OCD are you about getting it to 1 week? Do you just accept you're going to waste a couple of hours? It's the speed that
Oh,
matters.
no, I could adjust it really easily.
Okay. Cool.
But
Cool.
again, that only works easily when you do it at 2000.
Right.
When you increase it up to 20,000, that fine tuning adjustment becomes a lot harder,
Yeah.
and uh, I can end up anywhere between 5 to 15 hours on either side of 10 weeks,
Okay.
depending.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
having said that, because of doing so much in one go, you don't actually waste as much time as you would if you were doing it at 2000 per go.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it would be worth knowing what that would be. So let's take that back down to, is it 2000? Okay. And so that's 4 days, 2 hours. So let's try that. Okay. So you do 2000, get it to 4 days. What was it again? 2 hours. God, my brain, honestly. 4 days, 2 hours. Scoot it up to, just do it that way because it's easier. 20,000. There you go. So maybe if you did it that way, down here you get it to 4 days, 2 hours, and then you do the 20,000. That might work a little bit more quickly that way round.
For for a PC, yes, that will work a lot
Yeah,
quicker
no, that's what I'm
and
saying. But
easier.
for your phone, on a phone, I know it's different. But for me, that might
Yeah.
work more easily. Okay, cool, cool. Hello there. Hi. Nice to see you. It's all right, we've got a visitor. Sorry, we're doing this in English. Oh, do svidania. Okay, thanks for that, Smeg. Then we'll stop there because this is just a quick video, and I will put this into practice for next CVC. And I better start
Yeah.
shoveling our silver in so we've got enough. Cool. Okay, so we'll
Easy.
leave it there. Yep, you're all right.
Yep. Thank
Okay,
you.
enjoy the rest of
All
your
good.
evening. Take care.
No worries.
Bye,
Bye,
Sergey.
boss.
Bye, 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 boss. Yeah, right. Bye, bye. See ya.
Bye, y'all.